Welcome, everyone, to the Will Reads for Season 10, Episode 8, with Ian driving his car, acting all safe.
Yeah, of course.
And Chris in his house, actually being safe. How's everyone doing tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Oh, we did do a giveaway. Let me go to Twitter real fast. Let's see, Twitter.
If you guys thought we had an order to this at all, you're wrong. We have no order.
What?
I said, if people think we have an order to this at all, they're wrong. We have no order. We just do.
Not at all. Okay, let's go to random.org. We're gonna announce the way. We're gonna do all of this really fast.
Live selection.
I should know this beforehand. Oh, it is the last person on the list. So let's go ahead and look and see. How do I do this on my computer? I don't want to. View quotes. View. There we go. It is Schmoozy.
Schmoozy?
Lady Schmoo.
So
Schmoozy, congratulations.
What did Schmoozy win?
She won a merchandise item of her choice.
Ooh.
Yay. And there's much rejoicing.
And this episode's for you.
Hold on, congrats. I'm just gonna type this out real fast. This is how Schmoozy.
You see, Alan got a new haircut. What did Alan do this week?
I just trimmed it up. It's summertime. It got too hot.
Ian got his cut too. Looks good, sir.
Look at that.
Look at that beard, y'all.
The beard's all trimmed up.
He's getting ready for Christmas already.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I haven't know. Christmas is my favorite time of the year.
Yeah,
so everything will always revolve around Christmas.
We know.
All right, tell us how many days. What's the countdown?
Oh man, I don't have it up. I think it's like 31 weeks though.
So stall for me. What's going on with you guys' world?
I was right. It's 31 weeks and 1 day till Christmas. I knew I wasn't off.
Perfect. You just knew it in your bones.
Correct. So Ian, how was your week?
Not much has changed since last time. Still getting this house ready to sell. That's where I was today. It's turning into a lot of trips from Richmond to Newport News, which is just long enough to be annoying.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour, 20 minutes each way. But the house is in better shape than I initially thought. Once I got all their stuff out of there and started cleaning and fixing a few things, I think I said this last time. The bones of this house is just solid. I was walking through with the realtor, and we went up in the attic space, just looking at the wood itself used to construct it, right? And it's twice the size of anything you build a house with today. In old hardwood. I mean, it's fantastic. So part of me is wanting to find a way to fix it up and keep it, but it's more an emotional attachment. From a business standpoint, I got to sell it.
Yeah.
But it's such a cool house, man. Whoever gets it, if they know what they're doing, know what they're looking at, they're going to get a good deal. I mean, it's like a little over 2,200 square feet. Anyways, they're going to get a great. So hopefully we get a good family in there.
Gut it and build some awesome things with the bones.
Yeah. And then we got Memorial Day weekend coming up, which snuck up on me. I thought we were 2 weeks out from that. But like most people, that's kind of kickoff for the summer. But for us, that's really when we open up the river at my dad's house. The boats got this week. We're all going to meet up there. We have so many people going this time. He rented a big bunk room RV to park in the driveway because we've got 2 extra families coming. And a couple of us are still going to pitch tents in the backyard because, it's going to be a party for 4 days straight.
Nice. Nice.
So very excited about that. Yeah, that's about it.
Cool. I got really nothing going on in my world from last weekend. This weekend we are hosting my son's kindergarten graduation cookout,
Oh,
so that should be fun.
yeah,
Uh,
sure.
and that, yeah, not too much else. Yeah. But speaking of giveaways, I know we just announced the giveaway for this one. In 5 days, we're doing another drawing for the Cosmere Reads. So if you go follow the Cosmere Reads on the Twitters.
Where are they at on the Cosmo Reads? I need to go actually listen. Don't tell me. I'll go listen.
Mantras. Anyway, but yeah, so we're giving away a free Cosmere book on Twitter under the Cosmere Reads Twitter. So, or X,
All
or
right.
whatever you want to call it. So,
Is it Alan's Wi-Fi or my Wi-Fi that's spotty?
my Wi-Fi is great. I don't have Wi-Fi. I'm hardwired.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I
Yeah,
guess
my
it's
computer.
mine
There's Ethernet running to my computer, so no,
then.
it's not me.
Don't blame it on me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
unless my internet's just being shitty, which that could happen.
I mean, it was lagging, and I don't know if it's me or you, so it is
Not
what
the-
it is.
yeah, it's not it's not my Wi-Fi because I don't have Wi-Fi. So
Yeah. So, let's see here. 2 weekends ago, I was at UNC Chapel Hill. This past weekend, I was in Tennessee. First
Ooh, what
time
parts?
visiting Knoxville. So I went
oh yeah, I love
We're-
Knoxville.
Turkey Creek area.
Okay, did you go to Preservation Pub downtown?
No, we didn't get to do all that. We went up or over, down, over, whatever,
Okay,
to my sister-in-law's couple shower. They're doing couple showers now. I didn't get one of those, but
thank you, thank you. Do I sound better now?
do I sound good? Hmm? Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, we went to this couples shower. I love the Knoxville area. It was phenomenal. So we went to the couples shower, enjoyed our time there,
Okay,
met some of the new family that's going to be joining the crew, and then
Okay.
we went and enjoyed the downtown area, listened to some live music, went to
did you go to
Let's
Tomato
go
Head?
spot to where?
Tomato Head?
No. What
Oh,
is that?
dude, you should let me know you're going there. I have all the good spots. Tomato
You
Head has
do, clearly.
amazing brunch.
See, now we're talking about actually spending like some real time there soon because we're only 4 hours away.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
So, it's the same distance from here to Atlanta as it is from here to Knoxville. So,
Yeah, Tomato Head's good. Preservation Pub's a lot of fun. A lot of good music there. And then it's not far from like Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg if you really want to get super redneck, but like touristy.
hey, I do have the ambition to go to Gatlinburg at some point and see all that, but
It's very, very redneck, but it's awesome.
I have nothing, no qualms about that whatsoever at all.
I know. Yeah, we used to go as a big group to Knoxville a lot because we had friends that went to UT,
Okay.
University of Tennessee,
It
and
just so happens that they were graduating that weekend, so
oh, that's
you
crazy.
can only imagine. That's why
Yeah, I
we didn't go many places.
Last time we were there, we went and saw a football game. We went to I think they were playing Arkansas University.
Mm.
But anyway,
Oh, wow.
it's a big stadium. It's a lot of fun. I mean, Knoxville's always a good time. There's
Valley World's legit.
Jolly World's fun. But yeah, like the bars in Knoxville, the bar scene's fun. Preservation Pub's good. There's this other Maggie Mae's. It's like an old, like 4-story house that they converted to like a bar, and it's it's pretty cool. Yeah,
It does sound awesome.
yeah. There's cool bars. Of course,
By the way,
when I was there, I was in my 20s, so I don't know if it's even this stuff I'm talking about might not even be around anymore. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll find out eventually. If I just happen to go off camera and you hear me run, that's because I have my procedure tomorrow.
Okay.
So I just took all the juice that they give you. So
Okay.
they give you like 2 different bottles of stuff to drink.
Well, this won't be. I don't think this is gonna be a long
Did
episode.
you chug all the water with it?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you're having that procedure.
Yeah.
You're having that one. Oh,
Bro,
Yeah.
you're going to be fine. And then you're going to get that one little rumble where you're like, is that it? And don't wait for it. Once you get that first rumble, start making your way.
That already happened. So
Okay.
Wait.
So
I
that
waited for
first
2
one
hours.
is-
I did it at 6 o'clock, and I'm like, 3 hours now. I did it at 6 o'clock and nothing, but here I am.
Okay.
Well, you're a bigger guy. I don't know if they allot for that, but drink a lot of water.
Okay, all settled. Good job, Alan. Let's talk about books. No, we're talking about butt stuff right now, okay?
Yeah,
It's more important than
we love
books.
that stuff. That was the joke. They're like, "Yeah, enjoy." I'm like, "Really?" They're like, "Well, you maybe."
Maybe.
And I'm like,
I thought that was the
maybe."
best part. I have never felt so cleansed as you're going to be on empty, like
Oh,
straight
yeah.
up.
Really? Why do you take it in the like at night and then turn around and take it in the morning too?
Just get the last little remnants
The
out.
last, yep, you are going to be empty.
It's what we call the weeping. You know. After the storm, after the high storm, it's the weeping.
Guys,
Little drizzles.
oh man,
Cosmic reference.
it will be the void light.
Oh, it will be a high storm, that's for sure. Anyways, you guys ready to talk about some high seats? Speaking of high storms, some high seats, chapter 13.
Sure, let's go.
All right, cool. Yeah, so let's see. Elyane, after the sea folk leave, Elyane reprimands her guard, but only to feel embarrassment through the bond for Kita.
There's the quick lashing. I do not expect any manhandling of an ambassador, but in the future, I do expect the privacy of my rooms. Even ambassadors are not allowed simply to wander in. Am I understood? Like, I get that. I'm in a bath and you got people coming into my room. Like,
Wait, you say bath?
1, 2, 3. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah.
man, I can't tell you the last time I took a bath.
All right, folks, that's the show. You guys have a good night, and where we can be found.
Last time I took a bath, I don't know. I mean, does a hot tub count?
Did you take bubbles in with you?
No. I took a bath a couple years ago on vacation.
Yeah.
And like I cooked myself in the bath. I put it way too hot, and I was just like, "I'll man up and just get in." And I got out, and I was like, half my body was like red, like cooked, like burned. You can see like the line.
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, that was probably too hot."
Well, Elaine wishes she could have a hot bath, but that's
but it's cold now, so she decides just to get dressed.
Yep.
Yep.
Alan, words matter. It didn't become cold. It was tepid.
Yes. That was
Huge
a nice
difference.
word. Everyone
Come on, buddy.
heard of the word tepid before. What does tepid even mean?
It's a little less than lukewarm.
Oh.
Actually, nailed it. I thought you were going to go with lukewarm, and I was going to say, nope, just a hair less than that, but not quite cold. It's like you could tell there used to be
water out of the faucet
but
on
not
a
really.
summer day.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah, hot tubs count. All right, then I have definitely taken a bath.
Okay, well then I've taken one recently too. I don't know.
Not recently. I can't remember the last time I actually had a hot tub either.
Okay, hold on, chat. What if you just sweat a lot in your sleep? Does that count? Because I've done that.
That's a sweat tent. Different. That's a sweat tent. That's a completely different thing. About
if alcohol's involved, that's another thing.
Yeah, and meat sweats, that's a different thing too. That's all.
Yeah, because that lends to a lot of other things too.
Anyways, so yeah,
well, watching pages, getting out of the bath and going into the room.
Yeah, and then picking out dresses, but then uses how little her dresses choice means now. Yep.
Wait, don't skip the critical part of this chapter where it takes her twice as long to get dressed because she's got a newbie helping her. I mean, that's really the high point of this chapter.
And the newbie doesn't want to make a mistake.
Robert Jordan right here talking about getting dressed for half a chapter.
Picking out shifts and looking over dresses and picking out jewelry to put in one's hair. I think it's interesting how hair nets are such an important thing. Like, I can see if they were functional and like they stored power, but these don't even store power. So
yeah,
what's the use?
I don't know. They look pretty, I guess.
Other than showing off, I guess.
So midway through grooming, Brigitte walks in to announce Dylan has returned with 4 high seats to meet with Elaine. So Elaine quickly chooses a formal gown, and
Give me my best, and make sure the rubies are big.
Enters the sitting room to look around and realize they're all kids. Like,
well, you gotta remember, Brigitte had like the
queen.
Brigitte had confusion running through the bond. She was like, I don't know if this is what we were expecting, but I'm gonna let you be the judge of that. Like that, there was that moment of like, do you know what you got yourself into? Or are we becoming babysitters? Or that's
4 little kids walk in with no advisors. Like, yeah, we're for you. We like you a lot. It's like,
now there was a part of me when I first read this that thought, damn, did Dylan kidnap them all? Like, are these the children of the high seats? Like, that was the first thought I had. I was like, I didn't know she was that much of a G, but I gotta give it to her. That was genius. And then they're like, I'm queen. I'm High Lord of this. I'm High Lord of that. I'm only 7. What am I doing here?
There's gonna be pull a Game of Thrones, like where it's a badass kid, like ruling like the War of the North, and
that would be. You know what? There is the one that is super young but very knowledgeable. The look in his eyes. You know, he was done right by.
Yeah.
I would say like 16, 17-year-old me could fight. Well, I would say hand-to-hand combat better than I could right now. I might hold more knowledge to be able to be more effective in a battle. But as far as like just physical presence, you know, my mid to late teens, there's advantages.
Yeah.
And not to jump, well, whatever, crappy chapters, so we'll jump all around if we want. Elaine makes a really good point later on, like there's advantages to the youthfulness. They're not stuck in their ways. Brigitte could go out there and kind of mold them and essentially tell them what to do or have a better chance at it, you know?
Yeah, just give them some candy and, you know, just...
Dude, she could probably, I remember the boys in their teens, she could probably wink at them and, you know.
She got a wiggle waggle.
Start her stuff.
Who was it? There was someone we like used to lifeguard with, and her mom was his mom was running for something.
Probably shaking like a sign.
And like came down and was talking to all of us lifeguards who were still in high school, and like she was like, if you vote for me, I'll fight to lower the drinking age to 18. And it's like, yeah, we can see right through that. Like, like we're not that dumb. Yeah. I don't think she won.
Probably not.
I don't think she did.
Everybody knew she was lying.
No, she didn't win.
You lied
everybody knew. Whoever she was talking to, she would just promise everything, and I was like, "Yeah, that's you can see right through that."
Correct.
Yeah. For our international listeners, America, it's 21 to drink. We're backwards from the rest of the world.
We can vote, go to war, but we can't drink.
Can't drink till you're 21. No. Yeah. I remember when I was 16 in Germany, because drinking age 16. You know, I was drinking there, and I remember having a conversation with like a teenager about that, and he's like, "I don't understand. Like, aren't you guys a free country? Why can't you drink at 16?" Like, I was like,
"We're not a free country. We're confined. We have perimeters.
We prohibition and
into
our premiere ran on $1 beer and won on that shit. They tried to like get the vote out. There was like a campaign for a while that if you showed, I can't remember what town it was, somewhere in Virginia, like where they were giving out like a 6-pack of beer if you showed up to vote.
I think I do remember that. That was
it was a few years ago, and it was like a big controversy because like you're really trying to.
But more people
showed up. Beer. It's like, okay.
I mean, here all she did was have to offer, you know, candies, cookies, cakes, candies, and all the kids came running.
Yeah, I can't remember. I don't think it ever went through, but there was like a whole thing about it.
See, it's interesting. You can enlist at 16, but can't vote till 18. Are y'all looking at Ian? Ian's back looks great. Like Ian has been working out. Give him his clap right now. We could see it. Ian's lost weight. Look at you. Nice.
He's been hitting the gym. Yeah. He's been getting his gains.
We could see it. And eating healthy. Nothing but chicken breasts.
I still got about 10, 15 pounds before like the abs are showing.
I gotta say,
It's interesting. I put on
only
weight
reason-
differently this time. It's like center belly.
I hate
It's
to
like
bring this
old man
back to
beer gut.
reality. I hate to bring this back to reality, but the only reason you can get that fit that fast, there's only one way. How's the depression working out for you, buddy?
I was just talking to
This is our
somebody
friendship.
about this the other day, and they were like, "Well, this time last year, you dropped 20 pounds like in a couple of weeks." I was like, "Yeah, I didn't eat." And they're like, "Well, you went running every day. Why don't you do that?" I was like, "It hurt really bad. Like me getting back into it is be really painful." Like, how'd you do it before? I was like, "Well, the physical pain was easier to endure than the emotional pain, so it kind of helped wash that out." Like, there's truth to the, in some of your low points for a minute at least. I know plenty that have gotten in fantastic shape after a breakup, and it's not like a revenge body. It's literally just trying to stay sane.
It's focused.
Yeah, finding friends in the gym.
When we first started this podcast, I was 315 pounds and feeling like Superman. And now I'm 450 pounds.
You ready to come in town and pull a bus a couple weeks?
Is that serious? What is this
It's
about?
a fundraiser for the YMCA.
Oh, I need to relook at that actual date and see if I can actually make it up.
For it. If you'll do it, I'll sign a team up. If you do it, I'll sign a team up.
What's the date again?
I don't know.
Remind me, but I've started working lower body like a week ago, and I'm
apparently there's a team
committed.
that shows up every year that always wins. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna put together a team.
Yeah.
Come up for Charlotte.
I'll be right back. Y'all enjoy the conversation. Be right back.
Make sure you mute your mic.
Yep. Be right back.
We don't want to hear that. Anyways, back to the books. So Elyane fields questions from the kids and barely concealed insults from the group as well. And she introduced her sister Avienda to them.
Wait, did you say insults? She didn't get insults here, did she?
I think there was a little bit. Let me go back and look. That's what happened.
Maybe. So I was driving while I was listening to it. I remember there was somebody she talked to kind of after the whole group of people that. So at least during the scene where everybody was like stepping up, like, we're going to serve you. Yeah, we're behind your house, blah, blah, blah. That was all very positive, and that was a lot of butt kissing.
Yeah.
But yeah, there was some girl afterwards she was talking to, and there were some snotty comments.
There were some snotty comments. That's what I'm referring to. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. I just had to catch up. Sorry, I'm making dinner as we do this. I got the curry going.
Let's see. What does it say? You don't shoe your own horse when you have a farrier. So yeah, there's a bunch of little snide remarks, and Elyane kind of scolds back, saying like, "An army is a general sword," and like mentions Gareth Bryn, and they're all like, "Who?" She's like,
right. In her mind,
really?
She's like, "Are you kidding me? Like children from the Misty Mountains or whatever they call it in this book." Even they know Gareth Bryn. Like, how do y'all not know? Now, the best part of this scene was when Avienda came in, and it was perfect. Like, there's a mixture of, like, Avienda's always good, has been pretty good at reading the room anyways, but now she also has the ability to not really read Elaine's mind, but kind of feel some of her feels. So, like, her timing on some of this stuff is fantastic. Yeah. But, like, she walks up and jumps in the conversation and, like, all casual, cool, telling this girl, "Oh, you gotta learn the spear. Fuck the sword. Learn the spear. Maybe some stabby knives." Yeah. Like, and then Elyane does the full introduction, and it's like, "Oh yeah, Avienda of this sect of blah blah blah. By the way, she's Aiel." And this girl's like, it just shut her up. So it was cute. And then you get like all these looks between Avienda and Elyane, like, "Tee, got your back, girl."
Yeah. So after the four girls leave, anything from all the four girls before we move on to afterwards? The aftermath.
No, for me the highlight was Avienda stepping in and
one, backing up Elyane, but also like kindly putting that girl in her place. Yeah, like there was nothing mean about what she said, but definitely shut her up. So that was exciting.
Yeah. Yeah. So after the four leave, Brigitte, Avienda both barrage Dylan with questions and comments on the children leading, which Dylan's like, hey, their father and brothers died, so this is all I got left.
Yeah, and isn't this kind of where I jumped ahead earlier? Brigitte's kind of complaining about it.
Right.
And Elyane kind of, it's like, look, there's advantages to it too.
Right.
Chill out. Well, in the midst of all of this, so as all this is happening, like they're all, I wish I had the book in front of me right now. I don't know where it started, but all of them that are bonded together are kind of taking turns getting aggravated. And like their aggravation is about different things, but because they're all getting aggravated about different things, it's really boiling over. And Elyane is more towards Rand, and Brigitte, we talked about last episode how her frustration.
Her dressing habits. I mean, she's like being snippy about everything. Everybody's being snippy.
Right. But I was thinking about this more than just for what's going on here. Like, okay, their emotions can kind of build on each other. So if they're not careful in recognizing what they're receiving from the other person, it could heavily influence them. So how could this play into the big picture? Well, then you think about who they're bonded to in Rand, and we worry about Rand going crazy or Rand maybe losing, that connection with who he is back at home in the Two Rivers, blah, blah, blah. So like, I don't know, I could foresee some scene where Rand is about to fight somebody or maybe about to kill somebody he ought not kill, and he's raging out, and it like takes the girls, like, because they recognize their ability to influence, to kind of intentionally calm themselves to help calm him.
Yeah.
Or maybe it works vice versa. He's about to calm down and let somebody go, but like in the other room, Elyane stubs her toe and he's like, fuck it, and slits somebody's throat.
Yep. Sounds about right.
Yeah. Anyway, so it'd be interesting if Jordan uses this emotional overflow from one to the other to like affect how the characters act in a significant way, to kind of drive the plot.
Sure. Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
So after all that, Elyane calmly explains the respect due to the high seat, regardless of the age, experience, and reluctantly, Brigitte and Avian are like, sure.
Sure. Fine. Sure.
Fine. Whatever. Elyane then turns to Dylan, upset and concerned about the lack of guardians and I guess advisors, and yeah, basically like,
I do know.
Get them in check. Like, and they're pretty much into the chapter here. Like, I mean, the discussions ended when the interests of the first maid and the first clerk come in, and that ends the chapter.
Yeah. This chapter was a little light on content. I mean, there were, like I said, a couple parts that I thought were worth noting. Got a chuckle out of Avienda chiming in, but yeah, that emotional bond thing, I did spend some time thinking about it. In fact, one of the downsides to audiobook versus reading, I guess I do it sometimes when I'm reading, but like I strike a thought in my own head and like on a tangent, I go somewhere else with it. Meanwhile, 20 minutes goes by in the chapters I'm listening to. And then when I finally stop this weird thought process or tangent that I went on, like, I'm like, wait, where the hell am I? Who are these characters? Where do they come from? So,
yeah, be prepared as these books go on.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot more of that.
Yeah. Well, because it was nothing major. And I might be totally wrong. Maybe it doesn't turn into anything, but I was like, oh, this is neat. And then I started thinking about, well, how could that impact us and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, time goes by and then I got to try and rewind and figure out where the heck I was paying attention to last.
Yeah. No. I don't think you're supposed to remember these people, but they are important, but they're not.
Yeah.
It's like the 27 S name Eyes and Eyes. It is what it is. So, ready for the next chapter? Or do you want to wait for Chris to get back from his poops?
I mean, I'm good either way. Although this next chapter, I would like to hear what Chris has to say about a few things.
I'm sure it won't take too long.
Yeah, we could stall for a second. I gotta prep this to go in the oven anyhow.
Ooh, what you cooking?
I'm just doing some curry vegetables. Don't get too excited. It's a very simplistic version.
I had Indian tonight.
And I'm frying up some thin sliced pork chops, like the fatty ends.
Ooh.
And yeah, it's gonna be yummy.
Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah, I had some Indian for poop vamping. Nice. Let's vamp, guys. Let's vamp. I forget about those little fun streaming words. Streaming words.
What is vamping mean?
Stalling.
Oh yeah. 100%. And I'm actually a much better cook than this. So like, I wish I was making something fancy. I would just show y'all what I'm doing. But this is really a really ghetto version of, it's not worth knowing.
Yeah.
Except that it's easy and still tasty.
Yeah. Sounds delicious. So tomorrow I'm going sailing. You coming in town tomorrow? You want to go sailing?
Tomorrow I'm at the river to help prep for this weekend with the boys.
Boo.
That does sound tempting.
Southern Race Week's coming up.
I don't want to. So on your boat, if it's a windy enough weekend where you actually need people to be strictly rail meat, let me know. I'll come out. But other than that, if I can't dabble in it because then I'll miss it and then I'll get pissed that I can't make it.
Okay.
It's got to be, if I do a season, it's got to be all or nothing.
Yeah.
It's actually depressing to like try and get on a boat, get it, I'm sure I can find a boat to get on, but then only make it 2 or 3 times. It's a kick in the pants. I do miss it though. I need to get on the water.
It's fun. So chapter 14. We're not going to stall forever. We'll just go on. Chapter 14. What wise ones know?
So, being that that's a chapter of the title, can we just fast forward to the last 15 minutes of this chapter?
And just end the podcast right now?
It's in it now. There are other good bits actually, but I was excited with that chapter title, and the wise one part is just the very end, but it's also a cool part too. So
yeah. So starts out warded against eavesdroppers. Rhiannon Harfor informs Elyane that Milim Hardin, the second librarian is a spy for the Brown Aja. Like, hey, listen, there's a spy. I should have got that clip like international super spy.
Yeah. Well, so we also, we knew she was looking for him before, but we get a bit of a summary, and turns out she's found a lot of people that are probably or most definitely spies. But Elyane has the right idea. You don't just go flush them out and call them out on it. You try to find ways to feed bad information to people that are listening in on you. They have talk of this one that they're considering turning, or I guess the girl that's looking into this already tried to turn them. Yeah. Sorry, my oven just reached temperature.
Okay.
And it's so happy about it. You can cook your food now. Put it in the oven. Yeah.
Yeah. This gives a chance for Elyane to talk about using spies as well. They also mentioned that they don't have spies in the Black Tower. They have spies almost everywhere, but the Black Tower is.
Well, one that they know of, and 2, this girl also says, "Look, they're kind of new to town. Give them time; they're going to have it." I think it's probably they just don't know about the eavesdropping or spying. It's got to be happening to some extent. Right. I would think.
Yeah.
They're just not aware.
Yep.
Well, people at this point are still not going to speak super freely and openly or casually about helping male channelers. So if they are willingly, they're probably not willing to talk about it. And more than likely, if it's the more nefarious folks from the male channeling camp, they could be like controlled or compelled.
Mm.
So they might not even be capable of spreading rumors or telling on themselves.
Yeah. So we get some reports from the clerk from Halwyn Nori. Reports there have been arsons on the warehouses. So how many fires was it? I don't think it says how many fires, but there have been warehouses storing the food the day before. Which is interesting development. You also get a little bit of insight that I guess certain people, Marin, Arwen, and Sarend, have been recently taking out very large loans against the revenues of their estates, which they're buying mercenaries with.
All right, we got to back up a little. Sorry, I was muted and washing my hands. I was just handling raw pork. All right, so the fire's significant, right? Because they're actually the only fires that stick are in these abandoned buildings. But then they also note that these buildings are like pretty far away from the warehouses where they're doing the actual attacks. So they've thwarted the fires at the warehouses, so they really haven't lost much. But it's enough to show kind of a pattern and that it is likely an organized effort. So you don't just have random people acting out, starting fires. There is at least a group, or there's a group that's coordinating this.
And to boot with that, if I remember correctly, they were saying that the damage is still taken were nothing compared to, or were nothing outside of the norm.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Well, yeah, crime in general is kind of been reined in and maybe only a hair over normal, so nothing to speak of.
Yeah.
But the attempt at starting the fires does seem like a coordinated effort. It just hasn't been effective yet. And then, of course, we hear from Brigitte that she's like, well, shit, if I have to try and, there's no way we could cover all of these. We can't be all places at once. We're kind of spread thin. So we get a little more intel on that.
Yeah.
And as far as them borrowing, they're not just borrowing, they're borrowing from every bank, and they just haven't figured it out yet. So
and
they're
hire
like
mercenaries, and even trying to bribe some of Elane's people, make them turncoats.
I mean, hey, he who has the what is it, cash is king. He who has the
cash is king,
rules.
yeah.
So
cash is king, yeah.
Just borrow against. That's why we have check system this day and age. You're not going to be able to in the three different credit bureaus. You're not going to be borrowing home equity lines all around town.
Look, that dude from Catch Me If You Can, like he had the right mindset during the right time frame.
Yeah,
you know, there was like a sweet spot window where everything he did was just too easy to get away with.
I should say this on the podcast, but I'm going to say it. You know, it's nothing's really real. Like the money's not real. Go to a bank right now. If you had $100,000 in the bank and try to take it out, see what they say. They'll say no.
Yeah, you gotta give it a couple weeks to put that together.
Try to give them $100,000. They'll say no. I'll take it. Yeah, who makes gold rule, or what is it? He who has the gold makes the rules.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah, that sounds like a good quote.
Well, I ain't making the rules, that's for sure.
Yeah.
In my home, it's he who has the kitty litter rules.
Kitty litter.
He who has the kibble rules.
It's an interesting.
The pussies all love it.
Yeah. It reminds me of the joke I tried to pull on Ian, but Ian already heard it. I should have known that. The one where you talk about the three roosters sitting on a fence. Yeah, I tried to pull it on Ian, but he already heard it before. So,
Look, I know a lot about cock. All colors of cock. You name it. Dude, I got one on my foot. Why do you think I would be unaware?
It says "seize the" in Latin above it. Anyways, so let's keep moving on. Elyane orders mercenary companies to be watched. Brigitte intends to switch them from guarding each gate kind of frequently to kind of keep them occupied and under constant surveillance.
Yeah. So wise strategy when you got a group of people that you can only trust but so far. They make a point about how there is a certain level of honor with the mercenaries because, they want to be hired again in the future. But, it's still not impossible that, a couple people might be offered enough money to retire on, and then they could be convinced to give up a gate or something like that. So Brigade strategy is about as good as you could do in that scenario. Rotate them around, maybe mix in some of your regulars with them, make the schedules unpredictable, periodic random inspections. That's about all you can do.
Yeah, I've told every employer I've ever worked for that I am loyal to a fault, but I can be bought. So keep that in mind.
Look, people at work the other day, last week, had the conversation about whether or not they'd come into work if they won the lottery. And like all these people talking like, I think I'd come in for a little bit. I wouldn't want to leave y'all hanging. And they look at me and I'm like, y'all would never see me again. Never. If you try to call me, wouldn't work. New number. Like, if I saw you, I'd run the other way. No conversation. Nothing. I don't like none of y'all. I'm not here to make friends. They're like, that's not fun. That's not what you're supposed to say. I'm like, well, if you want me to lie to you, I'll say something else. But
I think I'd still go to work because I like
get a car. You all get a car. Yes, everyone gets.
I like my job. I'd still work. Like
I don't hate my job, and there's a couple people there I like, but
I like my team. There's
very few. Like, there's not a lot of people I want to talk to now. If I got 200 million in the bank, there's even less people I want to talk to. If you weren't loyal to me, if you weren't calling me when I didn't know how to pay my fucking bills, I don't even want to fucking see you when I got 200 million. Don't talk to me. Don't speak my name.
8004.
But there's a handful of y'all that are coming up with me. Include some people listening here. Some of y'all get your mortgage paid or something. You won't even know where it's from. That might be me winning the lottery.
It might be.
Yep, we appreciate it.
The Will Reads will have massive giveaways.
Yeah, there'll be hits. There'll be signs.
There'll be signs. There will be
I'll still do this podcast for sure.
Oh, yeah. Well,
it'll just be in a suit.
Yeah.
While in a hot tub.
In a hot tub, yeah.
Because why not?
I'll probably be in a hot tub with a drink.
I'll be on a boat, but not like a leaky, crappy boat, like a yacht.
I'm in the Bahamas.
In the Bahamas somewhere, yeah. There you go. The FU money is what they call it, right?
Yeah.
I'll be in North Harbor as we do the podcast.
Yeah. That always baffles me, like that level.
You think YouTube hates you now?
Like the level of decadence, like when you talk about, like, I mean, there's like rich and the super rich, and like the level of decadence is,
oh yeah,
through the roof.
Astronomical.
Like I had there's a local guy. He's actually local and very well off. Has two jets. Has a 100-foot boat. Ian knows what I'm talking about, probably. 100-foot yacht. And
I was going to bring up the marble staircase on the yacht that I could not afford. Working my entire life, I could not afford the staircase. Marble,
cut from it. It's Italian marble. It's one solid piece staircase in the.
Oh wow.
Yeah, ridiculous.
Yep.
So one of my brother's friends babysat his kids when he was young, and the story goes like he was supposed to be home at a certain time, and like at 1:00 in the morning, he comes home and his mom's like, "Where you been?" He's like, "Oh, well, blah blah. Came home early and wanted to take me out to dinner." It's like it's 1:00 in the morning. It's like, yeah, but he wanted to have lobster. was like,
Oh yeah.
so where'd you go? And he's like, well, the boat's up in Martha's Vineyard right now, so we just gassed up the Learjet and flew up to Martha's Vineyard to have lobster on the boat and flew back. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have lobster dinner at Martha's Vineyard like in 5 minutes. So let me gas up the jet and we'll go. Like it's.
Meanwhile, Alan and I are like peeling out, going to Wendy's. Let's get that dollar menu.
Dollar menu can.
What?
Man, it devastated me when we went from five nuggets to 4 nuggets. Man, that was a rip off.
It's what the wise ones know. Wendy's is the same as lobsters. Wendy's is the same.
I think the lobster tastes the same whether it's in the Caribbean or probably in cold water. Lobster's better.
Yeah.
But,
Northern lobster, I think, is better. The northern lobster, you can get bigger and it still be good. The big ones in the hot water are tough.
Gross. Yeah. Anyway, so back to talking about the real world that most of us live in, and including myself. Once Mr. Saw 4 and Master Nori leave, Avienda says that someone tried to listen with the one power, that she felt someone trying to sneak into their ward.
But they're pretty confident they weren't successful.
Yeah.
It was one of the wave runners for sure.
One of the sea folk.
Yeah, one of the sea folk. Why not?
One of them jet skis.
Mm-hmm.
One of them sea dudes.
It's the 4 for 4 at Wendy's. Yeah, that doesn't exist anymore.
Nothing cheap.
There's nothing cheap anymore, man. Used to be able to get like the 69-cent bean burrito at Taco Bell. Now it costs like $3.29. It used to be 69 cents. Now it's $3.29. I'm like, what?
That would clear you out quicker than this.
It does.
Me and my two boys got $60.
That was our budget.
Look, Alan, this will be sad for you. Me and River and Ronan went to Taco Bell. This was about a month ago. Got $60 worth of Taco Bell. Now, once upon a time, $60 at Taco Bell, you and 10 of your friends are about to get fat.
$60 who would spend $60?
I just told them to get whatever you want. So River got a couple, at Taco Bell, it's like, give me that combo, but I also want a crunch wrap and I want a steak quesadilla.
But that was like $10 back in the day.
Bro, we were all still hungry.
$10.
We ate $60 worth of Taco Bell and we were still hungry. Times have changed.
Oh no.
Yeah.
If somebody wants my vote, they need to talk about how $60 worth of Taco Bell under their administration is going to make me fat, stuffed, and gassy, and
I was about to say,
still have leftovers.
Clear out everything better than this crap that I just took.
Yeah.
We're talking about overpriced fast food. Let me tell you about Panera. All right. Let me tell you about Panera. Their prices. For not even that great of food.
You know what grinds my gears?
When
people say they're going to talk about a book and they don't.
That doesn't grind my gears at all. That's all I do.
That's Sunday and Tuesday.
So someone is using the one power. Brigitte also informs the land that the Borderlanders are moving.
You kind of suspect all should happen because she's someone that's orchestrating the moves.
Yeah.
But I like how Elyane really started to play chess while everybody else is assuming she's playing checkers. And she's using her resources with the traveler, being able to travel and everything, having many women around her that can use various aspects of the one power. Like she's able to just manipulate the situation to her advantage, which that's part of the game here. The Deus de Mars, if you want to call it that, that is part of becoming queen for this group.
Yes, queen.
Yes. It's to make something happen. And so she's definitely orchestrated advantage to be on her side. And even so, with all that work, she only got 4 kids to show up. And I think she needs at least 3-4 more before she can actually claim fame.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yep. So
assuming Dylan, I mean, at this point, we know Dylan's gonna stay the course and vote for her too. So
Yeah.
What's that look? You don't think so, Ian?
Yeah.
I
You
just
think behind
So
the
I have every
scenes?
reason to believe what you just said. However, I'm still waiting for those like crazy plot twists, the ahas, oh, you thought I was on your side. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, that happens in this
Yes.
chapter. You're not having one, you're having two.
Yeah, with Dylan, it gives her 6 houses. Is what Holocaust says. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she does have a decent amount, but they're not the most powerful houses either. And there's still a lot of uncommitted houses out there. So she's definitely trying to play this game right now. And
Maybe
Vincent,
Dylan has got all those others committed to her, and she's just making her feel good right until the last minute, and it's like drops the book on her.
gotcha, bitch.
Yeah.
Possible.
And she could have taken these kids to be captive under the assumption, or letting them be under the assumption that they're just meeting with Elyane. But she's
Yeah.
secretly manipulating Elyane and these kids.
Right. Yeah.
That would be diabolical.
Yeah.
I would vote for her as queen.
Diabolical.
Yep. And then we get to the last part that I know Ian's been waiting for. So as all this discussion is going on, Tzigin, guardswoman, enters and announces that Mononel and Sumiko wish to see Elyane, the wise ones.
And when the wise ones come, they come.
Mm-hmm.
They
Oh
wait
yeah,
for-
they wait for no one. So the wise ones come in. They want to check on the condition of the kinswoman there, and yeah. So let's talk about the wise ones.
They kick everybody out because they're in control of everything.
Yep.
They
don't
came
care
in
if
and they were like, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. You're cool. You could stay. Fuck you. Get out of here.
That was pretty much it. You summarized it very well.
I think I reached our F-bomb quota. So
Yeah.
sorry, guys. I used them all up.
Maybe. Yeah.
They mentioned a few unaligned. I think they mentioned at least 4 unaligned houses.
6. I just looked it up. 6 are still uncommitted.
Yes. I think maybe there were 4 that were important. I don't know.
Yeah.
Number
6
4 is coming to my mind.
6 uncommitted ones, but it's a pretty even split between Elyane and Armadillo. Armadillo.
Yeah.
That's what
We'll
it
call
is now.
Yeah, Armadillo.
It is now Armadillo.
It's like
All I'm saying is-
Lord Algorithm.
Yes. The wise ones came in. They were like, lay on your back. And Elaine's like, if it were only that easy.
Yeah.
Pull up your shift.
Yeah.
And voodoo.
So the
Tell you
wise-
what,
All right,
one of the things I was not expecting in the process of becoming a father is go into the doctor for checking on some issues or
Mhm.
potential issues, and then like there was this smoking hot nurse, and I'm standing there, and then talking to my kid's mom. I was like, all right, well, we just got to check real quick, and in my head, I'm like, check what? Should I be in here? And then this smoking hot nurse is checking on stuff. And that, tell you what, that was the coolest moment of my life. I looked over and I was like, oh God, they let me stay in here. This is amazing. Be cool, be cool. They're probably looking at me and I'm like sweating and giggling and
You guys
Yeah.
have to ask Chanel to tell you about the last time we were in the OB-GYN office together. When I tell you I got triple eye rolls, I was the king that day. All 3 of the people in that room were rolling their eyes.
that's so
at me.
funny. Now go ahead, check it. I'm gonna check it with you. Yeah. What'd you see? Tell me what you're looking at. I want to know from a scientific perspective.
I cannot remember what I said. Oh no, they were mentioning that we couldn't do anything until the end of the month, and they meant the following month, right? An actual full calendar 30 days. I was like, that's all right. End of the month. They were like, yeah. I was like, cool, because that's in 3 days from now. The OBGYN looks at me. She's like, really? And I'm like, you said it. And I looked at the nurse who was leaving out the door. I was like, she did say it, didn't she? And that nurse just busts out laughing. Chanel's on the table laughing. The OB-GYN is like, really? And then she starts laughing. And they're like, this is
Guys, I'm
probably
being
not the
serious
time.
here.
I'm like, what? They're like, 30 days. I'm like, oh,
No, put it on the calendar.
yep. The internal clock was clicking. Like, all right, calculate this and be ready.
Yeah.
But so that's what Avienda and Elaine do here. They hold hands and enjoy this experience together.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Brigitte feels uncomfortable. Like, can she feel as they're like messing with her, through the bond? I'm surprised. Like,
they talked about it a little bit more in these chapters. It's not a straight mind reading, but like definitely like the change in emotions.
Yeah.
But then also, all right, so not to suggest a checkup like this is automatically arousing, so don't attack me when I say this. But going back to when Elaine was getting her scrump on, everybody felt it, the climax, right?
Mm.
So, but there's, I guess, an emotional part to that, but there's also some physical part to that they were able to share. So
Now, if
I said don't take it that way.
Now, if she was a bond rant and she had one, would it rebound back to her? Would she feel it doubly?
Wait, with an old fashioned?
Yeah, like if she and Ram were going at it and she has an orgasm, would it rebound back to her if she had bonded him? Would it just like go through the bond multiple times and just like,
if you got an infinite cycle, stuck in an infinite cycle of orgasm, that would be like pigs, man. They have like 20-minute orgasms or something.
Yeah.
That would be, I would never get anything done if that were the case.
And not to sound too much more like horrible, I do realize those checks are very uncomfortable for you also. I am there 100% to support Chanel and to make her laugh, and that is why they all laughed that day. Many times.
The checks are very
awkward. You know what? No.
Not awkward. And look, so in the future I was able to be an adult about it, but the first time I didn't know. I didn't know what was about to happen. I was caught off guard. And no joke, that nurse was
the first time Ian just sits there and walks in and said,
your last name is the best.
Yeah, pretty much. That was the look on my face. I was like, this is awesome.
So I like their method of doing it. It's almost like X-ray, but using the one power. Or isn't it? No, what do they use? They don't use X-ray. They use ultrasound. Ultrasound through the one power, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, the equivalent of, yeah.
And then they're like, you have two. Didn't we predict there was going to be two?
I think we kind of knew through. Was it through Min? Did we get enough info from Min that it was twins, or were we just guessing it was twins?
I can't remember at this point.
I don't remember.
It was so long ago.
We either knew through the reading, or you and I just guessed it, and I guess we're right. But
I wanted the yin and yang. I wanted a boy and a girl. I wanted one to use each source. We also got some confirmation they would disturb her use of the power a little bit. So Min did say twins. So Min was right.
And all right, so another thing, when she goes to give birth, she's very vulnerable because she can't channel at all. So if she's in labor for a long period of time, she can't channel during that.
That is very
and will need to be protected.
Correct.
There you go. Confirmation.
Oh, Min said twins. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I think we'd have guessed it anyways.
Yeah.
Because Lane's getting so fat.
Or one of each.
And while all this is happening, all of a sudden, all the channeling that was happening somewhere out west, like abruptly just stops. And they're all just like, something either wonderful or very, very bad just happened.
Well, Elaine quickly goes, "Oh, it's something really good," but her only proof of that is because she knows Rand is still alive.
Right.
And then a little bit later, like she actually starts to think about it, and she's like, "Well, I hope it's something good."
Good. Yeah.
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 She doesn't know where Rand's head is at this point.
Yep. Yep.
Well, we know where it was because she's pregnant, but we don't know where it is now.
And at this point, one of the guardsmen comes in and says that the sea folk women are all in a frenzy because one of their apprentices has gone missing. Dun dun
Well,
dun.
But we don't know who it is that's missing.
What is it?
So we don't know who it is that is missing.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. It was that Windfinder chick that her mom was always like berating her.
Yeah, but that's an assumption.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, I guess I'm assuming that's who it was.
I'm with you.
Because she did want to go.
Yeah, another guardswoman says like that. I guess they saw. I guess was it Marilola?
Yeah.
It began with an M.
Yeah, with a woman cloaked with all tattoos, like sea folk.
Mm-hmm.
And Elyane wants Brigitte to order the gates to watch for Marilola and the kinswoman and search every inn.
Yeah. So, and that's pretty much the end of this chapter.
Yeah, that's it. So
we did it.
We did it. We made it through. And this episode actually was longer than last week. Somehow. Great job.
Well, I had to take a break, so
yeah, it's all good. We did some poop vamping. It was good.
We talked about you a little bit. Nothing too crazy.
Well, good. Well, I'm gonna leave y'all now because I gotta go back. So
well, you gotta do your favorite character first.
My favorite character this go around would have to be the young lord who had some actual insight in his eyes. What was his name?
The 16-year-old, not the boy whose voice cracked right before him.
No, but yes, the one that like she was like, oh, he's the darn it. I feel like he's gonna be important. I just can't remember his name, but I feel like he's gonna be one that we have to actually keep an eye on. So he's my favorite character.
Okay.
Because he gained recognition. I just don't remember his name.
Okay.
I think I can go with Avienda.
That's a good one.
I think
it goes great. She didn't have a huge role in either of these chapters, but where she kind of jumped in, she was clutch. And like a good sister wife to Elyane. I mean, taking care of business, and her presence is just profound in every scene.
Agreed.
Yeah. There's no dark friends this chapter, so I got no one.
I didn't realize it escapes me their ages. Like Elyane is only 17.
Yeah. Elyane is 17.
About to be a mom.
She was just 17, if you know what I mean.
I think MTV would love to do a series on her, but Prime took it. I want to know how they're going to do all this.
They cut a lot out. I mean, they have to. I mean, they've already been doing that. That's how you adapt. It's
some of this is clutch though. Like we need maybe
there's
not
a lot of things you have to adapt and cut out. That's how adaptations work. Next week we're doing.
Are we going to get Avienda and Elyane in a bath? They need to not cut that out.
Good question.
Yeah,
I think we will.
Mm-hmm.
More bath.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Splish splash, I was taking a bath. Long about a Saturday night. Yeah.
Sorry, that clip's gonna be overplayed this entire book. There are
a lot of baths taken.
So we'll be doing 2 chapters next week. It'll be chapters 15 and 16, which are Gathering Darkness.
Ooh.
And the subject of negotiations.
Are we finally going to get getting her opportunity to get on the throne? Like, I'm tired of this drawn out. Like, we've been
never make the first offer.
That's true.
Yeah. The secession thing. What was the question, Chris?
I was asked. Oh wait, there's not. I mean, sister wives thing. Oh man, you know what? See, we're not allowed to listen to that stuff. We don't even go on the website, so we have no idea what's happening with the show. Anyway, what did I say?
Are we ever going to figure out the secession of the throne.
Oh yeah, are we ever going to get there? That's really what I'm saying.
Like three books, three books.
I believe you in part, so more polyamorous. Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyway, we've been like 20 chapters deep on her trying to make her way to claiming the throne. I need this to be done. I need to move on. I want something more.
Yeah. Well, we only got a few more weeks left. We'll be done by the end of June if we don't skip a week. So,
well,
yeah.
We'll see.
What is it? Zul says, I mean, there are 4 more books.
Zul, don't play with my heart like that.
It's true.
We still have
So, starting July, we'll be moving on to The Knife of Dreams.
Really?
Yeah. The
Nice.
last Robert Jordan book.
Oh,
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You got this one and then one more, and then we're on to Brando Sandoz.
Hmm.
But yeah. It's a good one. Knife of Dreams is great. Don't get me wrong. Knife of Dreams
is it a wild shift from Jordan to Sanderson, or does he ease us into it? Does he try to mimic Jordan's style a little bit, or?
By the end, I think he does a pretty good job of getting it right. Some of the characters read differently, couldn't get it just right, and he's talked about it in interviews, and we'll get to that. We'll talk all about that when we get there. Some of the characters are a little bit.
Cosmere.
You didn't find the voice right, if that makes sense. Like the voice is not.
Yeah. No, I can imagine that'd be difficult to do.
Yeah. But it self corrects, and by the end, it's good.
Oh wait, who do we not? Wait, 3 men choosing not to understand a female character. Who do we not surprise? Who do we not understand? I think I forgot something.
For all the answers could mean the real man is between Avi and Elaine. 3 men choosing not to understand a female character. Surprise. Yeah, Brandon Sanderson has his own style. Yeah, all those comments are correct.
Yeah,
we're well versed with Brandon Sanderson's style. Everyone here has read a lot of Cosmere, so it's
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Brandon Sanderson was not allowed beta readers on his first SWAT book. Yeah, so he wasn't able to have any feedback.
Oh, really?
Really? That's by his decision, or who decided that?
I don't think Robert Jordan had beta readers. I mean, that's something that Brandon Sanderson definitely does. He has a huge army of beta readers. I mean, it's a gigantic army. Whereas Robert Jordan, I don't know if he's more traditional writer, or he's
like, bro, I do this. This is what I do. I don't need anybody to tell me my stuff is good. It is good. The end.
And his wife's the editor. So his wife was his beta reader.
Yeah. Right.
I was like, I already took all the rest of her joy out of the life. Let's make her read the book over and over again.
Oh.
Yeah.
I kid.
Anyway, that's what we're doing next week. 2 chapters. Any final thoughts, guys?
I'd like to meet Harriet one day. Get her thoughts on all the things.
Zul's met her, I think, several times. Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Because she went to OgearCon. I think you did, right, Zul?
Anyway.
No
more thoughts. We're kind of like at that point where we're getting away from the Rand importance of the book, which is, something big happened and now it's done. So now I'm hoping like we actually get the big things to happen to Elaine and Avienda. And then I want to go back to more gays. Like I want to see her escape her situation. I want to see her return.
I could use less gays. I don't need more gays. A little less gays would be right.
Yeah. So I've never met Harriet, but like I drank with Robert Jordan's nephew a lot at JordanCon last week, or a couple weeks ago, last month. He was on the bar. Alondo and I drank with him a lot. He's a cool guy. But
I missed out this year. It's all right. I'll make it again eventually.
Yeah.
Anyway,
we'll get Maria Simmons on here sometime. She's coming on our podcast. We'll get her on. That was Robert Jordan's assistant.
Oh yeah,
you've met her.
Yeah,
several times. Yeah, she's really, 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 really nice. But yeah, we'll get her on at some point.
Yep. So bye, guys.
Do it.
So how it can be found? Yeah, bye, Chris. Is at thewheelreads.com. It's where you can find all sorts of fun links to our everything, such as our Patreon, our Discord, our merchandise, which, by the way, congratulations again to Schmoozy for winning.
One for you.
This one's for you. So all that fun stuff, find it there. Do all the fun things, like, subscribe, all the good stuff. We greatly appreciate it. And that's pretty much all I got for this week. So
Until next time.
peace. Goodbye.
Thank you for watching The Wheel Reads.
Until next time. Get your Coast Guard certified life-saving device ready and strapped on.
Oh, where are we going tonight?
What kind of strap on you talking about? Sure.